Hello, beautiful souls. What's crack-a-lackin'? What's going on? I have King and Grace with me today, and we are going into a beautiful podcast on how to cleanse and detox your liver as well as your gallbladder. We started with the colon right last week, and just a disclaimer as well, do not do the liver and gallbladder cleanse until you have done the colon cleanse. This is a specific process that you need to do when you're doing cleansing, because like we said last week, if you don't do the colon cleanse first, you can retoxify your body, because you might be trying to detox a higher organ and it's trying to flush out of the body and it gets stuck in the colon, and then those toxins can be reabsorbed into your body. So make sure you do the colon cleanse first. If you haven't checked out last week's stuff, go and check that out, and then maybe come to the liver gallbladder cleanse after that. Okay? Mm-hmm. Other disclaimer is that we are definitely not medical doctors, and we do not take medical liability for any of the cleanses that you hear from us or do. Okay? Everyone has a very unique biome and genetics, and so always only do what you're feeling resonant and drawn to do. Okay? Mm-hmm. So if you're on this video, I'm sure you feel like a little drawn to doing the liver gallbladder cleanse, or you probably wouldn't be here. But we have different versions of the cleanses, like when we did the colon, and now we're going to talk about the liver. We'll give you guys kind of like tamer versions you can do, or more intense, detox flushing processes if you feel resonant to do those. Those can be really, really good if you've, had a lot of toxins, especially if you're a little bit older and you haven't done cleanses before, then the more intense options can be really amazing, but just make sure you feel drawn to them. Okay. And the other thing is we have an amazing full video of the liver gallbladder flush, which is kind of one of the main ones we'll talk about today, but that's coming out tomorrow, so you guys can look out for that if you want to see the step-by-step version, real time, of me doing the liver gallbladder flush and how that process looked in my review after. So it can I wanted to film the whole process because it shows people like, oh wow, it's actually not too hard, and it's something I could definitely do, even if you work full time during the week, you can get it in on a weekend really quick and easy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, do you guys want to say anything before I jump into all of the notes here? Say hello quick.
Yeah, I feel like too, I just wanted to say, based on what Alyssa said, even if it is a bit challenging for the liver, like, it's worth it. The lightness, and because you are releasing literal, like, you can see what you're releasing. It's like, oh, like, it's not like, it's kind of nice, right? It's not like, I think this worked, I feel better. It's like you see all of this stuff come out of you.
Yeah.
So that's really nice.
Yeah, and also it makes you more conscious of what you put in your body, so when you see those things come out, I'm like, how did those things get in there, Yeah. And then you think, oh, I ate this, oh, I ate that, and then boom.
Yes.
Yeah, and instant results right after too. That's the good part about like cleansing, right? It's kind of like cold therapy. Like you do it and then you have the results right away, right? Whereas other things might take longer to fully heal. It's really cool to get those results. And even like we're talking when we do the diets, when we eat cleaner, like you feel those results within the first 2 days of just clear-mindedness, having way more energy, feeling way more tapped into reality and to creation. All these beautiful things come online pretty much right away. So I would say, like the liver gallbladder flush, it's probably my favorite because it's quick. It's intense, but it's quick. Okay, we only have to fast for 1 day, 1.5 days, really. It's only 24 hours or less, almost. And then you have the results right away, and it's instant. It is a very deep bodily experience, though, right, King?
100%. Oh, God.
So,
Few times.
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to go into, guys, I'm going to just read some notes on the functions of the liver, what the liver is. This is from a doctor. It's better for me to read it from a doctor rather than me try to tell you, my opinions and knowledge on the liver. Just so we can have a good idea of how it works and then why people do the detox for the liver. Because a lot of arguments that I get is like, I've already kind of posted this before on my personal social medias, and I'll get a lot of responses from some people being like, why do I need to cleanse it? Like it cleanses on its own. Okay, so we'll go into that today, like why it's important to cleanse it and those reasons and the knowledge that we have in that area. So the key facts about the liver is the liver filters all the blood in the body and breaks down poisonous substances such as alcohol and drugs. Most people know that, but it is cleaning your blood, okay? It's filtering the blood. The liver also produces bile, a fluid that digests fats and carries away waste, okay? The liver consists of 4 lobes, which are each made of 8 sections and thousands of lobules or small lobes. The liver is an essential organ of the body that performs over 500 vital functions. These include removing waste products and foreign substances from the bloodstream, regulating blood sugar levels, and creating essential nutrients. Here are some of its most important functions. Okay, so
I want to tap into the first part here about like clearing the blood, right? Because if you look around your body, blood is circulating everywhere, right? And if you don't have a clean blood, the blood carries oxygen throughout your body, and so it's really important to have that. It's like your fuel. How bad is it? It's like your engine, I suppose, for your body. Yeah, because you kind of just pump. Your heart pumps it. It's so cool, right? How the body works. Your your heart pumps it, and then your liver cleans it, and then it's just like goes through your body. It's just like, what the fuck? It's so cool.
Yeah. It's incredible.
It's incredible, yeah.
And it's like it's doing that for you all the time. Yeah. Trillions of cells are working so that you can experience life all the time. And it's like, and then I feel bad, sometimes when you eat crap, right? Like we're not tapping into the level of unity that's happening within us. And
also I want to tap into what you said earlier about like some people saying the body already cleans itself. Well, you're clearing the cleanser, because yes, the liver cleanses the body, but the liver needs cleansing itself. So
that's a really good point.
Yeah.
And you don't want to disregard how hard your body is working for you. Just be like, well, it can handle it on its own.
Yeah.
Like it's got its little life raft, right? It'll be fine. Like if you want to support your body as much as you can. I mean, if you look around, just fully aware of what's going on, a lot of people are sick. And disease and illness is extremely common. So why would you not want to support your body if you're looking around and seeing that other people who aren't supporting their body, they're not doing so good. So I would just love your body, and you'll want to cleanse. The first time if you do one cleanse, like you're gonna be like on it, like I want to do another one.
Like what can I clean out next? This is awesome. Yeah, it's addicting because it's just so powerful and so true. Okay, so this is some of the stuff that it does. I'll maybe just glaze over this, but albumin production. So albumin is a protein that keeps fluids in the bloodstream from leaking into surrounding tissues. It carries hormones, vitamins, and enzymes throughout the body. Bile production, as we just talked about, filters the blood, regulates amino acids, regulates blood clotting, resists infections. As a part of the filtering process, the liver also removes bacteria from the bloodstream, stores vitamins and minerals. The liver stores significant amount of vitamin A, D, E, K, and vitamin B12, as well as iron and copper. And then the last thing it does is it processes glucose. The liver removes excess glucose, which is sugar, from the bloodstream and stores it as glycogen. As needed, it can convert glycogen back into glucose.
Interesting.
So, yes, and the liver is very, very big. It's a really big organ, and the interesting thing about the liver, which most people would know too, is that it can grow back, right? Like, if you cut a piece of it off, it will grow back.
Like a piece of it or all of it?
Yeah, like if you were going to donate some of your liver to me, it would grow back for you.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
I don't know if you can do that, but
Yeah, I'll look into that.
it's interesting, right? Not all organs do that. I don't know if any of the other ones do. Maybe some do. I don't know.
I don't know either. But yeah, that's incredibly powerful.
It's very interesting.
Fuck.
But a lot of people will have can get fatty liver, and that's bad. That's when I don't think that heals very well. It's hard to reverse that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, that'd be nice if we could grow back limbs and stuff too one day.
That'll happen.
Exactly. Learn how to grow it all back. But yeah, you can get fatty liver as one of the main ones, and that's if your liver is like in overdrive a lot. So if you take like hardcore medications maybe, or alcoholism obviously is probably the main contributor of fatty liver, but you can also get fatty liver from eating like trans fats or bad fats. If you eat a lot of processed foods, fast foods, packaged stuff, then you're gonna be potentially could get fatty liver eventually if you don't take care of your liver. So this is a cool way to give your liver a really big flush, give it some love, so it can get some of that gunk out if it does have gunk in there and in the gallbladder, right? Because they're interconnected. So when we do the liver flush, it's going to clean out the liver. It also flushes out the gallbladder and gets all of the gallstones out. So it's a joy.
That's what you get to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I get to see, yes. Your gallstones coming out.
Lordy load.
Which are packed with toxins, by the way. Your gallstones can hold lots of toxins. Heavy metals can be stored in there. So when you do, that's why it's so powerful when you do the flush and the gallstones come out. You can feel it right away that those whatever toxins were in the gallstones, whatever heavy metals are now out of your body, not affecting you anymore and poisoning you, right? So so why do people flush and detox the liver? Okay, because I guarantee you, if you go and search this on Google right now, like doing a liver flush, Google is gonna give you some wacko answers. But in my experience with health and wellness, it's always the things that they tell you like don't take that are usually some of the best things that we can do and take. However, yes, there's going to be things that it comes with discernment and really going with your own resonance and asking the right people and looking for people aligned with love, talking to those doctors and stuff like that, because they'll tell you the truth, right? So these are just some signs of the liver not working properly, okay? Just to give you guys an idea of what can happen if it's starting to malfunction and not be in its best state. So bloating and gas, acid reflux and heartburn, constipation, skin and or eyes that are yellowish as symptom of jaundice, inability to lose weight, high blood pressure, moodiness, anxiety, or depression, dark urine, rosacea, I don't know what that is, chronic fatigue, excess sweating. I didn't know that one.
Oh, God.
My hands sweat all the time, so hopefully that's not my liver. Bruise easily, and poor appetite. Okay, so those can all be symptoms of your liver having issues.
I do want to say, because a couple of those do apply to probably a couple of us.
Yes.
Don't take this as like a, my liver is fucked, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, or it's your liver. You don't know.
You don't know. And I think always take things with
a grain of salt,
and just say, okay, maybe this is aligning, maybe this is something I could try, just to eliminate the possibility and just to support it in case it could be contributing to this symptom I'm having. So
exactly.
just a side note.
Yeah. It's like when you Google any sickness and you're like, I have like 5 of those out of the 30 symptoms.
I'm gonna die tomorrow.
Never a good plan.
Yeah.
Never a good idea. The best way is always to go into yourself. Like you are a beautiful soul that's connected to, your oversoul and the universe and the creator, like all of your answers for you are right there. I think we rely way too much on the external, authorities and, information on Google anyways. Like, just go within yourself because the answer's right there. And why wouldn't you do that? Why would you go on this huge goose chase to try and Google stuff?
Yeah. Just to freak yourself out.
Yes. So, so for me, I've done the liver and gallbladder flush 3 times now. So I really enjoy it. It's definitely an intense process, the one that I do. And it is like, so you don't want to be doing it all the time. I know some people that might do it every 3 months, but I like to just do it every 6. Like, twice a year feels like a good number for me. But again, like, ask yourself if you're going to do the big flush, like, how often should you do it? Or do you want to just try it once and then go from there? Do you want to, what's your resonance been? Because I know, like, King's done it a few times as well now, so.
I mean, for me, I think I've never really, it wasn't in my thought process, until you introduced it to me, but when I did it, it was a nice experience, because it's like, it brings back that clarity again, that lightness in the body, and just to see, like, oh, wow, those things were in there, like, what the fuck? It made you more conscious. But I can tell a little bit about the experience. So, the fasting was really good because I feel like it helps ease the body with, because you gotta clear it all out. So it's good that you don't eat. And then what we did was, what's it? Just salt water, right? Like water and Epsom salt? Was it Epsom?
Yeah, so it's Epsom salts, edible ones, which is, like, you can also do sea salt, but...
And then you just chug, like, a huge amount. And then you just lay there, and, you just kind of let it sit in your body. I had to lay on the flat surface, so just kind of let it, let it rinse. And then, I was just like, okay, let's see what happens. In a couple hours, I was just in the bathroom hanging out, I was just taking my sweet time, and but it wasn't too bad. Yeah, it was not too bad at all. It felt good, Yes. I'm gonna share this. This is something like I just find it funny, but I was just saying, introducing it to Jose and Ed. I was just like, guys, so how like when you smoke weed, when you that's a high, right? When you're on a party, this is a high, and when you do this cleanse and you it's a different high, So if you see it as that, it's just like you can enjoy the process, and I enjoyed it. It was good. It was just like it was a unique experience, but I had fun.
Nice, yeah. That was the first time I did it too, was when I was like, King, do it with me. And then he ended up needing to do it a few days, like a day or two before I started, because our work schedules, you kind of have to do it obviously when you have a day off work. And so he did it first, and I was like, oh, good. Like, I can get to know how it went and how horrible, and if it's really bad, maybe I won't do it or whatever. So I was texting him every like 10 minutes, seeing how it was going.
Yeah, but I felt really good after. It really is like really beneficial for your health.
You notice it right after. Honestly, I'm a strong believer that there's got to be a lot of heavy metals that flush out at you, because after especially even anxiety and depression, which are on this list, you feel a lot less. You feel happier, more euphoria, like you're saying, like really tapped in and high kind of thing, high on life. So. Yeah, so I'm going to go into just more subtle ways and, softer ways that you can cleanse your liver. And then we're going to, end with a little bit touching on the liver flush. And, tomorrow's video, you guys are going to get to see the in-depth process and step-by-step process of how to do the liver flush, specifically the more intense version, if you guys are feeling called to watch that and do that yourself. Okay, so lots of support for you guys. So obviously the first thing on the list, and we had to do this with the colon too, is to remove everything toxic from your diet. So that's going to be trans fats like we just talked about, okay? We need to give the liver a break from all of that stuff. Any processed foods, any fast foods, any restaurants. I would just stay away from, definitely stay away from all of that during your flush period. You're not allowed to eat anyways when you do the liver flush. However, if you're going to just do more of a cleanse where you're maybe incorporating some juices, which is next on my list, you can incorporate some vegetable juices and just go on a diet that's going to support your liver to flush, a little bit more during that period. I'd recommend doing at least, a couple weeks if you can do that. to really kind of make the most of that time and like allow the liver to flush properly if you're going to do the diet cleanse. So some vegetables that are ideal for the liver cleanses are going to include cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and including carrots, cucumber, beets, and greens. So you can make juices out of these, and they're going to just, really help detoxify and flush the liver out, okay? There's probably a longer list of foods, but I'm going to list some more. That you can eat as well. But if you're actually going to do the liver cleanse diet instead, I'd recommend doing some more research and like finding what foods feel resonant to you and creating your own diet plan of what you're going to stick to for those 2 weeks. So potassium is is going to help like flush the liver like crazy. So we're looking at getting lots of potassium in our foods if possible. And those foods are going to be sweet potatoes is number 1 on the list for having the most potassium. Tomato sauces is on the list too. I thought that was interesting. I was like, I didn't know that tomato sauce was good for that. Anything?
Tomato,
Yeah, so anyways, I don't know, but that was on the doctor's website here. So beet, greens, and spinach, super good. Beans, blackstrap molasses, bananas. Yeah, so bananas fall on the list too, obviously, with being high in potassium. Grace is just loving her bananas after her colon cleanse. Probably stay away from them for a while, hey?
I have one right here.
Oh my god, she's got another.
Yay, banana.
Just in case.
She's obsessed with bananas, so. And then the last thing that you can do to support the liver if you're going to do a diet, or what you can do is you can just take supplements. So you could take these supplements like all the time because they're not going to hurt your body. You could do a diet with the supplements, or you could, just do the supplements for 3 months and kind of do a little 3-month cleanse, that kind of thing. And these are all going to be much more tame on the liver, on the body. It won't be like such an intense bodily experience. So the first one is milk thistle, is considered the king of detoxifying herbs, making it ideal for liver cleanse. Milk thistle helps to eliminate the buildup of heavy metals, prescription medications, environmental pollutants, and alcohol in the liver. Okay? Big one for the liver is milk thistle. So try that baby out if you have access to grab some of that at the health food store. Dandelion root is good for so much stuff. It's gonna support the liver again. It's in the same boat as the milk thistle. And burdock root, turmeric, and those are the only supplements there. So you can actually just grate up turmeric into your juices as well, right? Like turmeric is so good. I use that for my colon cleanse as well. So
can I just say, the dandelion root, if you want to cut coffee out of your diet, there are dandelion root blends that kind of taste like coffee. And you can have that in the morning instead. That's what I do because caffeine was making my anxiety insane, and it's not that great for you. But you can get dandelion root blends and it tastes like coffee.
Really?
So that's an easy way to incorporate this into your diet.
Yay. Let's get coffee out and bring in I've seen, like, we just bought some from Tyrone. All the boys were raving about the energy it's called, and it's elixir pack powder, but the first thing is dandelion root. And you mix it in hot water in the morning kind of thing.
Coffee.
Yum. Lots of other stuff. So I wonder if it gives you energy too. Do you know if it does that? Dandelion root?
I don't know.
Or it's just healthy and
it's like really good. It makes you go to the bathroom and it supports your liver and
nice. Okay.
Yeah, there's probably a bunch of different things.
Yeah, so the only other light cleanse I thought do you want to touch on the apple cleanse?
Sure. Yeah. So the apple cleanse, we've done some research on it because we were coming into this cleansing month, and it's another mono cleanse. It's shorter. It's only 3 days. But you basically just eat apples for 3 days. And it's really good for you because it has a lot of fiber. Obviously, apples have a lot of fiber. And they also have pectin in it, which is really good for cleaning out, detoxifying the liver and just all of your organs. And then on the third day, you take I think you have a couple spoonfuls of olive oil, grease it up, and then you just release. So that's another liver cleanse. It's probably...
It's like a happy medium, I think, because like we're talking, you can do the diets or supplements, and then the apple cleanse is like kind of a mini version of the liver flush. It sounds like, because it's similar, right? Like for the liver flush, you have to drink apple juice for 5 days before, which you'll see and we'll leave all these protocols below in the description so that you guys can find all of the details if you're going to do one of these things. But you take apple juice for 5 days before the big liver flush, and that softens your gallstones. So eating apples with the apple cleanse is probably part of that protocol too, to soften the gallstones so you can actually flush them out. Otherwise, like if you've got big ones in there, it could hurt to flush them out. So we must soften them first. Wow. And then the olive oil, like King was saying, that you drink on that night after you've been flushing all day and, fasting all day, you drink a huge cup of olive oil in the bigger cleanse. And it's mixed with grapefruit juice. Yummy. So it's really yummy tasting after you've been drinking salt water all day. You're like, ooh, this is like a delicious cocktail or something. And that's when you lay down, because when you pump your liver with that much fat in your system, with that much good fat, it puts a lot of pressure on the organs to just like flush all of that stuff out, because it's not usually normal that we would drink like half a cup of olive oil. So that's why it can be intense for some people, and you need to feel called to do the bigger flush, because I've felt really good every time. It hasn't been super intense for me. It's just your belly gets a little bit queasy feeling, and you can kind of feel the internal thing going, and so some people might be freaked out by that.
You feel it for sure.
It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it's so worth it. I love doing it. It's like one of my favorite things to do. But I think that's pretty much it for the liver cleanse, guys. Check out tomorrow's video for the longer one, like I said, if you feel resonant to doing the bigger liver flush, okay? And we're going to drop all the protocols down below for the smaller stuff, like I just said, the supplements, the apple cleanse, if that one feels resonant to you. But I love you guys so much. I can't think of anything else that we forgot. Do you guys have anything else in the closing?
I think I'm complete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thumbs it up.
See you guys soon.
Love.